introduction. Hey there, how are you? Hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer, and hi there. Hey, I'm doing some red ales today. I started with the Mother of Pearl. I'm having trouble getting my camera angle right there. I started with the here we go. I started with the sometimes I have trouble speaking. OCD and Tourette. Sometimes things get ugly. I started with the Bridgeport Double Red Ale, and then I moved on to the Sierra Nevada Beer Camp Imperial Red, 8.1%, 65 IBU. So let me pour some in here. There we go. That pours very nice. It has a deeper red than the other one. It utilizes different malts and different hops. So I have a hard time comparing them in the same category because they're really two different kinds of beers. My son came in and got a cookie. I don't think he wants to be on camera. I just ate some cheese. Sorry about that. Cheese and beer are good together. But I don't have to tell you. Of course you know that. You're all educated individuals. Of course you know cheese and beer is good together. Hey, ta-da! Hey, I am also having... I'm also finishing up a jigger of some Jim Beam Black Double Aged 8-year-old bourbon, 90 proof. Because it does go well with this type of beer. Oh, I do like it. It has big, rich malts, and then the hoppage comes at you, and it's I know hoppage isn't a real word, but I think it ought to be. So y'all help me, coin that word hoppage. I love hoppage. Anyway, I digress. I talked in several videos now. Oh shoot, my daughter's calling. I talked in several videos about about the origins of the red ale, and then I talked about rating systems, how they don't really work for me because most reviewers don't have a hard and fast criteria. So if they lack credibility, unless you have something you could show how you arrived at that number, there is no credibility whatsoever, which is why I don't do that. There's a couple guys I like to watch and listen to. One is John Brew Guru. John Starodumsky goes by Brew Guru, and I love reading his written reviews because he's a guy that always invokes a personal story. It's not just about the beer. He tells you about the beer. He tells you a lot about the beer, actually. But there's always a personal story involved. There's always, almost always something humorous, and there's always product knowledge. So he's telling you about the beer. He usually gives you some information about the brewery, and there's a personal story involved. And his criteria, my criteria has always been either I'll buy it again or not. And his is pretty much the same. Now he uses the term rebuy. Is it a rebuy? And it's more than just the flavor of the beer. It's the value, what you have to spend to get to this beer. And that's what all of those things combined, this is why John Bruger is one of my favorites out there. And he's one of the few that are doing beer reviews. He doesn't do a lot of videos. He does a lot of written reviews, but in both mediums, he's one of the very few that has complete and total credibility. Stuart Picard, who visited me, there's a couple things that, he generally does his reviews on a short amount of the beer, which bothers me a little bit, but I do like the fact that he gives you a lot of information about the beer, and he doesn't give you a grade. For him, it's either, he just tells you how he feels about the beer and leaves it up to you. So that I like. So Stuart and John are two of my favorites out there, and there are a few others I'm going to mention in other videos, but for my money, John Beer Guru, if you haven't found him on the internet, you need to, because this guy is one of the most knowledgeable out there, and his written reviews make more sense than anybody else's. So there you go. Hey, I'm gonna shut this down well, before I get too long-winded, because I've talked a lot about the topic. So, hey, this is a great beer. I love the Reds. I love them. I love them. And if you don't, there's something wrong with you. The Hoppy Red Sear and Havana Beer Camp. This is a great beer, man. And if you had the opportunity to try it, you're glad you did.